G'day, awesome people. Now we'll get this. I'm just going to move you slightly so I can see my screen. So I like this question. G'day, trendsetters. Welcome to episode 170 of the Train Smooth podcast. My name is Tim Egg, and if you have any training, racing, or nutrition questions, jump on through to the website trainsmooth.com. And if you I'm running about a week behind in questions, so if it's not urgent, just wait a week and then submit it. If it's a question that you think, oh yeah, I really would like to know it now, send me an email, tim@trainsmooth.com, and put on the subject thing, urgent. And even if, it doesn't seem urgent to me, I will definitely reply back via email. It just may not be a week or so before it gets, might be 10 days or so before it gets onto the show. So bear with me, but I will reply back via email. So today's question comes from Ross. Now, it's not so much a question, but it is a question. Ross is, I'll siphon through this because it's a little bit big, but a lot of this isn't going to be applicable, so we'll just keep going. I'm recently experienced triathlete, been competitive for 5 years or so, and at half and full iron distance. I am comfortable with training, recovery, nutrition. I am 44 years old. In November this year, I'll be competing in the Triple Tri in Canberra. 3 off-road triathlons, one after the other. So my question is, he's talking about something else here. Have 9 legs. The combined distance is 6.2 kilometres swim, 90 kilometres of mountain bike riding, and 42 kilometres of trail running. So basically, you're doing a triathlon, you swim, bike, run, you get out of the water, get off your bike, you go swim, bike, run, get off your bike, swim, bike, run, continuously for those distances. So while I was unable to help him for what he was after, it's a pretty cool thing, and I just wanted to touch on this on the show because there's some things you got to keep in mind. So I gave him some things to think about, some suggestions, some ideas with his training. So the first one is finishing round 1. So you just finish your run, you got to go back into the pool. You got to go back into the water and swim. So you're going to sink a little. Most people are going to start sinking a little, and you're just going to feel sluggish in that water. So this is where I suggest that you run to the pool, swim, run back. So what you'll find, if for anyone who's done this, you'll find those first 500 meters to a kilometer just feel horrible in the water. You have times 5+ seconds slower per 100 meters. So I suggested with these particular sessions, you don't do a warm-up. You don't go, all right, 200 easy, then I might do a bit of scull, followed by a bit of doggy paddle, and then maybe do some 6-1-6, and then ready for the main set. So you just go straight into your main set. So for instance, you run to the pool, preferably 5 kilometers or thereabouts, 25-30 minutes. You run to the pool. You don't need to be doing anything silly here, just aerobic training, aerobic run to the pool. Jump straight into the water as quickly as you possibly can. Get dressed straight into your main set. So, for instance, I'd probably look at starting off with 1650s as the first part of your main set. So you go 1650s, followed maybe all with 5 to 10 seconds rest in between each one. Then go straight into like an 800 meters, for instance. So you can play around with this. You can go in there and just do 5 400s if you really want. But I think coming straight in, I'd be probably inclined to be starting my main swim set off with 50s or 100s. Just for that first 1 to 2 training blocks, so you can get real used to swimming at a more faster rate, but you're having these tiny bits of recovery in between. And then straight after it, you run home. So and also I suggested in between sets. So for instance, you'll do 1650s, and then your next one's going to be like an 800. In between that, you finish your last 1650, you jump straight out of the water, stand up on pool deck, and you go back down, and then maybe have a few seconds rest, and then go straight into it. So what that does is spike your heart rate up, and then you go straight into it. Now, if you want to be a complete badass, I'd be inclined just to, let's say you do your 1650s, in between each 50, jump out of the water, jump back down, do another 50, come back out, jump back out, do another 50. That's if you want to be a badass with it, because that's going to spike your heart rate every single time. You do that for 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to see a significant difference in performance with your finishing your run straight into the water. You will see it in training. You'll and then also with your bike, see you're doing 90 kilometers of mountain bike riding. That's gonna be a long time on the bike. So you got to focus on skills. You want to make sure you got good skill training, good descending. Make sure you got all that. But you also want to be, you may only want to spend 1 or 2 sessions a week on the mountain bike. The rest could be on a road bike, so you can get your aerobic fitness up. But with your mountain biking, I'd be inclined to make that your long bike ride as well for the week, just to spend that time in that position. You'll come to realize that, oh, hang on, this doesn't feel right, or I've got to spend a bit more time, doing this or that. So I'm definitely not the best mountain biker in the world. In fact, I completely suck at it. I get generally, when I do go out mountain biking, I start off real nervous at first, and I fall off a couple of times because I'm going too slow over bumps, and then within half an hour I'm real cocky and I'm doing stupid things and coming off pretty hard because I'm doing those stupid things. But I'd be focusing on skills, and I'd also be focusing on your long rides on a mountain bike, at least once a fortnight anyway, just so you can get used to that position on that bike. So and you'll find people that are good on mountain bikes are good trail runners too. I don't know what it is. It's just they're able to look past all these little rocks and bumps and stuff that they can just glide straight through it. I actually went yesterday with a running group, and I did 32 Ks, but 20 of it was with this group. And we ran through some bush areas, and there was this one giant descent. It goes for 300-400 meters or so, and it's just so rocky. And I had to walk down because I had, I couldn't run. It just, to me, it was impossible. And every single person I ran with flew down it. And then anyway, one of them was telling me I've got to jump on Strava and have a look at the PB, and the PB's like 4 minutes 30 pace going down this hill. And we're talking about a very sharp hill. It's like a goat track, but it's all very, very rocky all the way down. And I'm thinking, I have no idea how anyone could run at 6 minute K pace. How do you even do, I don't even think I could do an 8 minute K pace down this thing. It was crazy. But anyway, I digress slightly. So I do like this because Ross's main focus, what's going to make him or break him, well, the bike, spending that time on the bike, but what will make or break his success in this race is getting back into the water after each run. So, and that's where these runs go in training. Run to the pool, swim, run back. That will pay dividends, especially if you can jump out of the water, and then jump back in and go again. That will spike your heart rate, and that will get things going, especially when you're coming out of the water, going back onto the bike. Your heart rate's going to be spiking, pushing. You're doing that. You're just getting used to that feeling for it. So I hope that helps. Good luck with that, Ross. Shoot me through an email with how you're going. So when is it? It's in, I'm just trying to look at here, in November. So Ross, in November, I'd love to get a message from you to let me know how you go. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, hooroo. Hooroo to you awesome people